chief of Igbo community in Ghana. Is in Igbo.
You are not a chief of Igbo. You are the leader of Igbo communities. You are not a chief. Stop calling yourself that. You are not, and you can never be. This guy must be deported. Honorable Mutaka, with the greatest of respect, deport this guy. Pastor Semunti, many are just smart. Walk what you say. Where's who or bow a year Igbo hene? Because you want to get your juma. I never pass the same no. What home am Obiaba? Or so you hine war man. No bones so hine be. No one could to him. Or you're smart in the Toda Gunners said, dear Nayana Camu. I never know. As our brand to be as I say, well, yeah, Igbo king or said, yeah, and if I never to so and I drew her now, I come from Okatakyie because I want him to hear what we are saying. We are a nation of laws, and we are very courageous people. We are not people that can be walked over anyhow, anytime. You don't come to our nation and begin to behave the way you want and expect that we will succumb to this nonsense. What is the position of the law? We've lived with our brothers from Nigeria time immemorial, more than 100 years. How's that for Nikruma? Now I want to build my and to think that he even calls himself a doctor. Let us find out. Scuba no call your friend or doctor. JTech for write to him and ask him which school did he attend that he calls himself a doctor. Fire no. We've been free, we've been living peacefully with our brothers from Nigeria. All of a sudden, you are becoming impulsive. You are imposing yourself on the people. And the people naturally will rebel. What kind of nonsense is this? Now, young go back in the 1970, 69 year Tuaba, and he had the Buzia a buy. Buzia by an Ekufuado Papa, Ekufuado Papa, and a executive secretary, a president, and a Buzia prime minister. No yen no buy no say. Ghana no Nigeria for na Jiafa. Sasa time nkroma yen no say ne one Africa ne de bende. Etiane ye bode ye bie ne sa na Nigeria for ne. Me no ka say Accra New Town. Wa manyini kakra. Ne fra Lagos Town. Meboa. Mo tira nkanye sa na ne fra. If say na Lagos for Nigeria for nyina age wafa. Emre bia atwam wo gofi udu o kan hye ne ho awanya dia o ma no mu businesses wo ho mo ye anwuma pa no yi kwofo ne kakra bi ne aka nyina Nigeria fo ana ye ne ade na busia by no se dia bi the economy na kwa kodi Nigeria for ne for which reason there must be some policies that seeks to protect the Ghanaian people. Precisely. And what was aliens compliance order. Yeah, near twisted history. Now, as the word says, aliens compliance order. Now, it wasn't an expulsion order. Say, it's a biomun soden kwane sa mon soden ko. Uye obatiyeso, ye pamo Nigeria for so monko. Ya ne kan pamo Nigeria for. Busi aban ne say. Mo ye ne ade ade mo ba bet ji o man no. Accra New Town, mo friend Lagos Town. Businesses in nyina magic. Then we need to regulate you people. And for that matter, aliens compliance order. Say the immigration laws of our nation. We want all aliens. Comply with the regulations of our nation. The immigration laws of our nation. So that was the motive of the aliens compliance. It is about now my Nimudia. And the Amrane war my we are Nigerian new. We are Lebanese new. It wasn't even just Nigerians. Lebanese people had taken over, taken our market. The economy had gone into the hands of the Lebanese and the Nigerians. So Busia sought to protect the interest of the Ghanaian people. Thereby introducing aliens compliance order by saying that if you will do business, there are certain businesses that has been allocated and protected for the Ghanaian citizens. For which reason, if you are a non-citizen, you cannot venture into those businesses. What was the motive? Protecting the Ghanaian. Exactly. So the whole motive of the aliens compliance order was to protect the Ghanaian citizens. Precisely. Why you near the Busia was okay, say me mamobre a certain duration of time for which some na you follow compliance. Compare open citizenship koko pebi. Say open agree you want wine stay no koko pebi. Sometimes Nigeria for no ajuo mine afa. No mo dwen se busi edi ago. Ebra ye de ma wo mo se wo mo nya ne ade no mo antimi anye. No say this mo follow dia all of you vamus. Precisely. No pamo wo mo. It's your aliens compliance order. It wasn't an expulsion order. It wasn't that or sorry and was money now monster and come. One more time was a monfanya baby near there. No more corner immigration for and documentum. After you did more so money and a buzia, a pamu, almost any monko, Nagana for Honto. Since then, Yanina Muaba, Yamutala time, a Nigeria president, 1982. Satam oil boom Yabama, Nigeria, no Yibi, or Honey. And a Ghana phone in kwa gegi. If it's a Nigeria phone any akoshe oil no so your friend a Dutch disease. What would you economy ni be brino? Na gomumpe teaching any artisan in what wine no mumpe. And to a more yenny at the deck. And the Kovi say Ghana phone teacher for Ghana phone mason for Ghana phone artisans in a Ghana Nigeria. Nana Ghana phone teacher phone wa bene. Eti wamo kwa dia na Nigeria phone into me competing with them. It's by 1982 no. Na Ghana for no jig Nigeria for ni nyuma na afa. Ya ne the high life by no musuan. Ya wan bebre ya ne the ko no musuan. Hip life is start free. As on to start free ni no musuan. But we behave like brothers. Nigeria and Ghana. Wa musuan no mse se mo beji enyuma dia. And Ghana must go. Late 1982. No mo pamo Ghana for nyina ha. And nkonti magu yeso. Nearby. Since then, we've all come to an agreement that we will live peacefully in this country. And we woke up one day. A certain individual called Igbo Deben Ken. Dr. Izzy Deben. All of a sudden says that I have come to Ghana. I have been made a king of Igbos. And for that reason, I am building my kingdom. What nonsense kingdom is that? Kingdom where? First of all, we are going to look at even assassin also they build the kingdom. Let us look at the position of the law when it comes to the constitution. Does the constitution allow non-citizens to be able to acquire land? Claiming I have bought lands. You have not bought any land. Even the concept of buying land. There is no way a non-citizen of our nation can buy land. It will be leased to you. And then if I make a constitution in Article 266 near Guardian, what nonsense is that? Then you are imposing yourself on the people. If you want to lead your people, a settler community, there is nothing wrong with it. I was so be your hinia. Ya what the constitution it children were your hine. You will be Article 277. Who is a chief in this country? Nemo Miyansha Article 2661. Or see no interest in land. Dani Izumi now so Kramam for Nkami. Was she be ana? Dani Izumi no Nkami. We are Nigerian, we are Lebanese. Constitution in the say, my create any interest in land and more freehold interest. Freehold in the say word forever and ever. What's BBS so Constitution Article 2661. What's no interest in land in or right over any land in Ghana shall be created, which vests in a person who is not a citizen of Ghana, a freehold interest in the alien land Ghana. Exactly. So by building kingdom. Then we are assassin. Me and farmer in perpetuity to any non-citizen of our nation. Which nonsense? It kingdom no building or day. Now that if I go to near reading ready, Clause 2 say or say an agreement, deed or conveyance or whatever of whatever nature which seeks, contrary to clause 1 of this article, to confer on a person who is not a citizen of any Ghana, any freehold interest or rights over any land is void. It is a freehold, a conveyance, be a deed of conveyance. You can't deed of conveyance. Akrata now to assassinate Mao. Nasa sakrata no. And Mao Kwan say, oh, yeah, the amount of Fiboa. Constitution clause 2 say a void.
Precisely.
And even time I 1992 constitution by 1969, any non-citizen of Ghana be no freehold interest. There was several land titles. There were Lodia title. There were usufruct interest. There were common law freehold. There were Deba freehold. Nina no yes so we non-citizen a won krabi. After the Nyan Article 2663, they reading radio. It's a kingdom no building what dear so. Now, where on the 22nd day of a year, August 1969, any person not being a citizen of Ghana had a freehold interest or right over any land in Ghana, that interest or right shall be deemed to be a leasehold interest for a period of 50 years at a peppercorn rent commencing. Peppercorn rent, not even a freehold lease.
More fire.
Commencing from the 22nd day of August 1969, and the freehold reversionary interest in any such land shall vest in the president on behalf of and in trust for the people of Ghana. I also have very big reversionary interest. See the assassin Mobi, Nasa Nipani Yamano, a yes, I dear Kaya. Say Nipani Niwa, it must reverse to a the rightful owner. And he says it will be our non citizen or will freehold interest in land. By the coming into force of the 1969 Constitution, Sans are sitting in a converting into another interest. That is a year rent. Tienio. They will say Nipani Wua and Kone Makuraho. It will come back to the president. So the reversion in the land will come back to the president. We are lawyer for the Betias. Now, so the Mitchell say, we are Nigerian new, we are Zimbabwe new, we are Lebanese new. And Brana say, see the assassin Mawa. We will give it to you for only 50 years. Even that minus a day. So you can hold it for 49 years. Plus 364 1/4 days. Minus a day. We are for assassin. So we'll be better as my to assassin by building kingdom. Kingdom no building for 50 years. Are you normal?
More fire.
Now, young Konian Shadani for the next clause to so. No man for reading. Was in no interest or right over any land in Ghana shall be created, which vests in a person who is not a citizen of Ghana, a leasehold for a term more than 50 years at any one time. It is as if you are a Toma non-citizen for more than 50 years.
Exactly.
It was what building the condo was to assassin way. Even that it is a leasehold, you lease it to the person.
Precisely.
And so be lease be mawa. So be the assassin mawa. Now say you leasehold a year transaction. You frame be sublease. When you are subleasing, me the assassin ma a year akushia. Nemo akushia person the assassin be ma a year kofi. It's a sublease. You need an express approval from menu a year the original a year owner holding the allodial title. And yes, idea. You cannot give it. It's also by building a kingdom. What 250 plots. That's what the Bible man a year bis what the command one. A yes, a year ningo pramprama him fono. Who are the real owners of the land? The allodial title owners. And they also seek permission. So which kingdom is he building? Or building kingdom no way. Because when the assassin will be through any other sublease agreement, you are supposed to seek permission from a year the ningo pramprama owners. So the kingdom will build the idea. What nonsense is that? And even per the arrangement of a year constitution. Or maybe sit down here. Or here permit from the assembly. After what I say, I'm going to build a kingdom and we will name this under this over this. Even naming of roads, you need an express approval from a year the assembly. Then you come here and you want to impose yourself on people. And what kind of nonsense is that? You want to create confusion.
Exactly.
When you impose yourself on the people, the people naturally will rebel. Now you are trying to create some tension which is not there. We have been living with our Nigerian brothers for years. Our Hausa brothers have been here for more than 100 years. Have they come in to say they are creating their Hausa kingdom? Even Nigerians, you have different tribes and your tribal tensions. By the virtue of the fact that you are trying to raise this thing as if Ghana is in support of Igbos against Yorubas, Igbos against other tribes, you will be creating a certain tension in Ghana we are not ready for. And it's a threat to our national security. What kind of nonsense is this? Then you come into our nation. And even when they have told you that what you are doing, it has the tendency of raising tribal tensions. And then there's a video that this guy came to answer. And if you look at the arrogance in which he was speaking, as if he owned the country, saying that what you are saying is a hate speech. Nonsense, my brother. What kind of nonsense is that? Nobody hates Igbos. Nobody hates Yorubas. Nobody hates houses. We are only saying that don't impose yourself on the people. And stop being arrogant. You come to people's land, you disrespect them. And when the people are complaining, you come in and some arrogance. There's a history. And
Tell us what is going on.
Good afternoon. By the special grace of God, I'm the chief of Igbo community in Ghana.
Okay, so Danny, hold on. Pause with me. So I'll ask you a question of whether or you're chief of Igbo community or not. There is a case called Rimoshi. The courts have settled that when it comes to say, and kophobia to kotna, a kotna baby, esi enya kandinibia would do manim. Sabaya or Chanakwa will be the Bonia, you bet me a Tracy. A two do America, you were Santa for him in New York, you were this, you were that. Sanya and more free through her bass and Timemqua, you mosi for him, you were a Alaba for him, you were this, you were that. There is nothing wrong with it. Exactly. So if by any chance you are an Igbo man and there are Igbos in our country, for which reason they've elected you to be their leader, be their leader. And stop this arrogant way of imposing yourself on the people. And now many are just smart work or say, where's who or bow a year Igbo hine? Because you're not going to do What home am Obiaba or so a hine war man? No war bone so hine be. No one could to him. For your smart in the Toda Gunner said, dear Nayana So if you are a leader, even that you are not a chief, listen to me properly. Who qualifies to be a chief, Danny? Let's go and educate this guy under Article 277 and let him know who is a chief in our land, what the Constitution requires. Now, when it comes to definition of a chief, per Article 277, in this chapter, unless the context otherwise requires, chief means a person who, hailing from the appropriate family and lineage, has been validly nominated, elected, selected, and installed, and skinned, or installed as a chief or queen mother in accordance with the relevant customary law and usage. So you are not a chief. And Rimoshi case has established that. That it's not a chief properly so called. When you are a leader of a settler community, you cannot call yourself a chief. Then let's go to section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. That is Act 759. What it says. If somebody is not a chief and the person calls himself a chief, it is an offense. Per section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. A person who acts or performs the functions of a chief when that person is not qualified to act. Being a chief assumes a position that the person is not entitled to be by custom. You have committed a crime. So you cannot be calling yourself a chief in our nation. Talk less of saying that you are a king. What nonsense king is that? My brother, don't come to our nation and show us some disrespect. We are not timid and cowards like that. Don't do that. We want to live peacefully with our brothers. I sometimes even feel like the Igbos have the same spirit as that of Asantis, because they are very dominating characters. Whenever they get to any place, they are very dominating. So I like my Igbo people. You get a point. For which reason, at some point, even people used to call me Chino doing KDS 111. My friends used to call me that. So don't come and create tensions between us when there is none. Imposing yourself, I'm the king of Igbo, and nonsense. If you are a leader of the settlers community, shut up and be the leader. And stop this arrogance of I am the chief, king of Debe. Kingdom where? We have fought for lands already. Ningo Pram, it belongs to families.
Precisely.
So where are you going to build your kingdom? And who is going to allow you that? Are you waging war? The only way you can do that is by war of conquest. Have you fought in any war? Who is going to allow you to build a kingdom? Where did you fight? Where did you fight to get kingdom? My friend, stop this nonsense. You are a brother, but stop this nonsense. Don't come to our land and begin to show on our face some arrogance, as though we are some coward and timid people, for which reason you can walk in and do anything you like. You need to stop calling yourself a king. You are not a king. You are not even a chief.
So,
tell them.
Don't do this.
Fire.
We want to live with our Nigerian brothers in peace. We love them. They love us equally. All of a sudden, you are trying to show some tensions and all that. Now to the Interior Minister, if by any means possible, this guy is going to raise tensions between us and Nigerians, and the people are not happy. The Ghanaian people are not happy. So if this guy is going to raise, please, I don't know whether he is even a citizen of our nation. I learned he's been here since 1995. If you have been here since 1995, the assumption is that you've been able to acquire some citizenship in terms of being a Ghanaian. Even that, the Citizenship Act, 2000, it shows who qualifies to be a Ghanaian. Whether you can speak properly a native language. An Igbo language is not part of our language. So we are telling you on authority, Interior Minister, if it's possible, deport him. He shouldn't come and raise any tension between us and Nigerians. We love our Nigerian brothers. Your arrogance and your stupidity cannot raise any tension between us. If you are the leader of Igbos, shut the fuck up and be leader of Igbos. Don't be calling Ghanaians and say, I have honored you, I have titled you, gift you, carrying yourself as if you own the land. You don't own any land. You don't own any land. Even on one Kasane brothers from a year, Kumasi. And then Bofidio and the brothers from Kumasi.
Igbo controversy, Igbo saga that's going on in Accra. Ghanaian youth protesting in Accra. I don't know when it happened, whether it was new or whether it was just an old video. But our stand here in Kumasi, Ashanti region, is that we owe our allegiance to the Otufo Osei II, the Ashanti Hine. Igbos don't have king in Ashanti region here, and we don't recognize anybody as the king of Igbos in Ashanti region. In any part of the world, there must be Igbo community as a kingship of Igbo. In Ghana here, we are not part of it because we have our king in Ashanti region. That is Otufo Osei II. And we are making everything possibly best not to allow this protest or this any of these things come to Ashanti region here. So it's my advice to Ghanaian youth: you have to think before you act. Igbo controversy, Igbo saga that's going on in Accra. Ghanaian youth protesting in Accra. I don't know when it happened, whether it was new or whether it was just an old video. But our stand here in Kumasi, Ashanti region, is that we owe our allegiance to the Otufo Osei II, the Ashanti Hine. Igbos don't have king in Ashanti region here, and we don't recognize anybody as the king of Igbos in Ashanti region. In any part of the world, there must be Igbo community as a kingship of Igbo in Ghana here. We are not part of it because we have
Danny, it's okay. Now let's come in and let me speak directly to you, my brother. What is his name? I learned Dr. Ezie BBB. You are not even, I don't know where you got your doctor title from. Let me tell you, we are a nation of laws. You came into our country. I believe so strongly that every person on the African continent is welcome to our nation for one reason. I am a Pan-Africanist. I believe in the unification of our land as a one people. But until so, when you come to our land, which our forebears fought for, you don't come in and show us disrespect. And when you have shown us disrespect, and the people are calling on you to do the right thing, you don't begin to pull in the hate speech.
Precisely.
That type of hate speech. Then it's a video now. Bring it back and let me speak to him. Say that is xenophobic. So you are trying. Let me speak to him.
What is going on?
Good afternoon. By the special grace of God, I'm the chief of Igbo community in Ghana. Isn't Igbo?
You are not a chief of Igbo. You are the leader of Igbo communities. You are not a chief. Stop calling yourself that. You are not, and you can never be. The Rimosi case is very assertive on that. You are not a chief because there is no bloodline in Ghana here that you come from as a chief, as a royal. There is no ethnicity in our nation called Igbo. Now, when you happen like that, even when you are dead and gone, you'll be creating chaos between the Igbo communities on our land because you'll be willing it to your kid. Whereas when it comes to leadership of this nation, it is by election. So don't be calling yourself a chief of this, chief of that. You are a leader of the Igbo community. If they've elected you, shut up and be like that and stop this nonsense.
I had the same story. A lot of people have been calling me, sending me links from Ghana. He's called Amma Observer, and a certain guy also called Nitete. Nitete speaking Ga, and Amma speaking English. And I've been watching those links people have been sending to me. I ignored them. The reason why I ignored them
See the exhibition of arrogance as if he owns the people. My brother, you don't own anybody in this country. I'm telling you. We love our Igbo brothers, but don't begin to create these kind of divisions and arrogance. It will erupt a bad energy in the Ghanaian people. When it does, there will be tension. And I'm saying to the Interior Minister, if the actions of this guy is going to cause chaos between us and our Igbo brothers, deport him. Let him go to his country. If you have given him citizenship by registry, we can revoke that citizenship and take him to his land. Don't come and create any nonsense between us and our brothers from Nigeria. What is that?
Saying it's never true. How come a blogger will sit down to say that Igbo king in Ghana bribed Ghana Traditional Council for them to induct?
So let's put it on record. Pause there. Let's put it on record. The Ghana Traditional Council has released a statement. Almost he should stop calling himself like Igbo king. And I think it is in order. Thank you, the Ghana Traditional Council. Ningo Pram for also issue statement. Minister of Interior, deport this guy. Deport him. Because he will create chaos between us and our Igbo brothers. Deport him. Deport him. We want to live in peace with our Nigerian brothers. We want to live in peace with our Yoruba brothers. Whether you are Igbo, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Hausa, we want to, whether from Warri, wherever you are from, we want to live in peace with our brothers from Nigeria. Don't begin to bring this superiority complex over us. What kind of superiority complex is that?
Diasporan throne in Ghana. How can somebody who say that the Igbo chief in Ghana and all the Igbos are 419, that we used 419 system to bribe the council for them to induct us? First of all, that is a hate speech. Secondly,
okay, so hold on. So you see what he's trying to do. That is a hate speech. So he's trying to incite the brothers, the Nigerian brothers, for them to think that there is Ghanaians raising hate speech. Listen, this guy is a very dangerous character. We can't have him in our nation. He's a very dangerous individual. This is not hate speech. This is you disrespecting the people. This is you being in the face of the people. And the people are calling on you to stop being in their face. Stop imposing yourself on them. And you say it is a hate speech. Who the hell do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are? You come to our land, and when you are disrespecting us, we tell you that you are disrespecting us, and you say it's a hate speech. Which hate speech? Stop this disrespect. Our forebears fought for the land that we live on. Where were you when our forebears were fighting for our land? And you come in and we are telling you that what you are doing, you create tribal tensions. And you say it is hate speech. Who the hell do you think? What superiority complex are you suffering from? Now let's move on. Let me listen to him.
The entire Igbo community and the entire Nigerians.
No. Nobody is talking about the entire Igbo community. Don't make it about entire Igbo community. Don't make it about entire Nigerians. Make it about you and your arrogance. Make it about you and your superiority complex. Don't rope in entire Igbo community. Don't rope in entire Nigerian community. These antics and theatrics, we've gone past that nonsense. We don't have any problem with any Igbo. We don't have any problem with any Hausa. We don't have any problem with any Yoruba. We don't have any problem with any Nigerian living here legitimately. But you can't come in and begin to suffer from superiority complex and say, I'm the king of Igbo and hate speech. Who the hell do you think you are? We are men. We are not cowards. We are not women. Now move on. Let's listen to him.
She and Tete is saying what they don't know about. Number 4 is a hate speech that can even cause xenophobia.
Okay. You see. Mutaka, I think you must take cue. This guy must be deported. Honorable Mutaka, with the greatest of respect, deport this guy. So when he says xenophobia, said see was South Africa. Nigeria, Ghana for Now this guy is drawing our minds that because we are calling him to order, then it is xenophobia. He's going to cause xenophobia. It is your reaction and the way you are getting in the face of the people that has the tendency of causing xenophobia. you are suffering from superiority complex, my brother.
Exactly so.
And you better be one. We don't care. Listen, when you come to Ghana, you do what the law says you.
Precisely.
I'm not like Captain Smart who follows the money. It's about the money for. Don't do that nonsense on our lands. We love Igbos.
Exactly.
We love Yorubas. We love Nigerians. I have a lot of friends who are Nigerians. Don't begin to use your superiority complex to cause chaos. And it's about you. There's no xenophobia anywhere. It's about you and the way you are behaving.
Exactly so.
Tell him in the face.
If you're a leader, be a leader of the Igbo communities. If you want to do your own meetings, do so. If at some point you want to do something nice to reintegrate all of them, do so.
Exactly.
Don't come in this complex. We are going to build our own kingdom. We are going to build our own school, our own food, our own this. Then somebody was talking about Chinatown. When was the last time Chinese people said, we are going to build our kingdom? If the Yorubas or Igbos want to live in a certain community, peacefully live there. It is your problem. Must you come and shove that in the face of the Ghanaian people? If your brothers want to buy lands and live in the same community, what has that got to do with us? But don't come and shove it in our face with this arrogance that we are going to build and name it after our ancestors. Did your ancestors fight for any land in Ghana? That you want to name roads after them? We named road after Talewa by Balewa because he did something for Ghanaians.
Exactly.
What has your ancestor done for Ghanaians? Stop this nonsense. Now let me call on our Nigerian brothers. Ghana you guys should not. Munya, nobody should use this as a means of hating on any Nigerian.
Precisely.
Nigerians, as every human being, you find bad people in there.
Exactly.
You find good people in there.
Precisely.
And because Nigerians have the numbers, their population is very huge.
Exactly.
So the likelihood that if you are finding criminals in Nigeria, you will find 10 criminals and find 1 in Ghana is high. Because their population is very huge.
Exactly.
So if you meet Nigerians, the same way if you're looking for good people, you'll find good people, 10 good people in Nigeria, and you'll find 1 good person in Ghana.
Precisely.
Because of numbers.
Exactly.
So nobody should start tagging Nigeria for your criminals. Please, we are one people. Just that this person cannot create any tribal tension. Mutaka, please look through his documents and if possible deport him. Let them re-elect somebody else to take over the leadership. Period. Danny, on for some song. Kasi ya nkola ni ukruma. Na captain sma utiri say you akoko to say we nshira ona. Mo ma dwene sa sawa ni shemu se de yo. Ade ba no. Just Jesus scan ka ho.
Ote de obeko.
How we need.
Ote pe obeduru. Sa papa.
Memfa problem ma.
Obi.
General.
Oyene.
Menya na men sorry. Mo se bia kam.
Ba kwa gamu.
Ade ya.
Ba kam.
Dia na kam yi.
Yesi Gonja Roberts.
Gonja Roberts. Say first na ya chim ma first. No mo call ye no. Gonja Roberts aba. Omatiesi. Ofina mini hwe kan. General.
Oyene.
One is from me. Ghana for. Almost men can Ibrahim Mama Koje. Okay, so you show video we. Danny. 3 months ago, and I'm a cancer same way. I'm a cancer moon team. Be a material can be answered no correct. Danny bo video na 3 months ago. Rebecca Chair Ghana for so almost shared you maybe. If you go to I was ya. Most of me make candy. Ediana me make.
What kind of
So 3 months ago, Munti's video, Munti. They say Obi planning baby. Then come be a coso. Omudi brigand of one is woman. And I make sure the entire a whole a year I see of Minerals Commission near to a berry, near Pomopomon Crofo. Now you see the Jan or Onion Pamono, and young one was a Samijan fee. Na Samijan few communications and Jabba expert par excellence. At the party anymore for 8 years in their communicating. Young for communications who we are and yes, PMMC in a cotton. Only a gold board over. Now some who go gold board so. Our bra act and one a buy a setting up Samijan PMMC no. I money to me on the setting gold board. And they are the back of Forestry Commission. It's now no me Ghana flag in yellow no. which is the gold. They can't want some. So much share down what you see at Trababy or Tino. Because game be because no more we are green now a Ghana flag in which is the forestry belt. And the woman by your friend Papa be Dr. Hughes Brown. A co for an year executive secretary forestry services. Our forestry commission. Omobaye, Omo elevating from a year executive secretary to see acting CE, chief executive. And the constitution on himself forestry commission, minerals commission. And who here so much say or share parliament get say, Omo form a forestry commission, Omo form a year minerals commission. Na jomama aya DB. We nim the oba BNT. On form a constitute, on form a commission, and was say acting. There is no commission. Or the acting CEO it to be forced forestry commission by the Jumano. SCA board, governing board, consisting of these people. But only the OBNT one for governing board name is why acting chief executive. So if you want to see how dangerous the plan is, in the next base 6 months to 8 months, see a forest entry permit here. Say I see a concession. No my concession wa ebeko forest munyasa enso obi na forest entry permit na hwan na beboya me atimi execute no Hughes Brown betimi aboya na ene vote na ho na dia ti ne yahihya sa adwumai ayisi ne minerals commission Dr. Hughes Brown ne forestry commission ye woko akotu gold wo ene do obema entry permit to the forest eye ho amoa dem ko dey say and no near a see Dr. Hughes Brown a bay. Obi now omoye we ni we are na ye kwa ko pe gold no ese de koma obi ne ko create a gold board no one da no omo de ba be shesa me jemfi ase eti no mo se same jemfi na oversee the creation of the gold board omo de ba be shena ase. First of all the kasha national aseya gold no a PMMC coffee and per the act na establish PMMC no one more human so check the period and the assayer the kasa assayer export or more export gold no esa PMMC more export gold and as some fi say or gold board no be the national assayer that means you be good PMMC no after some fi say the gold board is going to be the sole buyer of gold in the whole country. The danger in what they are trying to do there, you guys are not seeing it. Imagine see a better not the gold of this nation. Cocoa board. It is a one now to way. The entire cocoa for a here and it's a cocoa board or world price market here. Your pen or the okay, so possible. It's say no we na mo kam no sa small scale miners na mo kam it man kan kire mo say me jamfi kwaje world price market ya do pen no de bebrem and am say world price market for good 13,000 but the mamu 8,000 it menya den dani ko so bo no mo nti ko so bo mama no so oba research no ono so oba research up gold board which will behave like cocoa board. I want to beto gold the Ghana nyina. It na we gold exporter. We need to miss okoton gold wa mononi. It is okoko je a world market price of gold bar. Your pen wo de be ma wo. Obi, ade no mo ye no. It so dangerous. It be bedru be u kasa okoton wa gold. Na wa anton ama banya. It is against the law. You bet you said you no okoton cocoa wo Cote d'Ivoire ye chewo no. And the entire here cocoa kuyafo. Danny possible. Danny Enyana Govi General Enyana Samijam Fiakote task force so de bechiche manfo. Osu wo gold wo dem obechiche. Make can wait 3 months ago. Agosu amanka. E can 3 months ago. Afa Musa ntia Ibrahim Muhammad na me can 3 months ago. Enkomo bi koso leakage ba ha. Me ka kire mu. Si ya hehye wi. Na afa manfo ni di matem. Afa muntie baby am kan Ibrahim Muhammad asem. Muntie and obi see a gold nyina wo beto. No wonder say Ibrahim Mama interested in our bauxite view. Afi e be gidi gold nyina abo no. Okay. Eti me kanya asasam ogovi. Me kanya asasam. Me di besie na me ka say. No wonder say Ibrahim Mama interested in our bauxite view. If say na binim. Afi Musa Ibrahim Mama do ko je black voter go a year bia no yebenya $5 billion free ho ese ko Ibrahim ama company botum ani yase wo mo Jeffrey boy hwan sem azuma fa hwan fo sem anya no ne hia me manfo ne se ka de chebe kan bi menka de be yi se de mo peno no Ibrahim moni bibi damai mines no so Ibrahim wi ageka ho wate mesrawa awaso Ibrahim awaso bauxite wi ageka ho wate je manfo no je ni nyina wo wi anyina hini de yan fa ma wo no ko bi se we no general ba ko ne de adwoma ma e be fra ban mu no de ma no ana adwoma ma ko dadweno no se da bi ma anya ne ntem na me be fra ban mu a awe ya ne ansa fa ma ne ti we wo de man the beginning of na mamu so we won train ma be yes ya Jeffrey ni so eti we no the gold ni nyina ma no na Ibrahim wada ma ji go face de ne ka ho ji Newmont de ka ho se manfo no agimi nto woji ana wo chena no ma ayelegon for cement mienu ni aboye nsema ma hwia woji ana wo chena no ayi wire eye doctor akola bia ni se yala de ko na manfo na bo mu sem hwia oyade kobi Ibrahim den Ibra chauffeur eno sa wo wia na manfo no wakotwi ne brother kakra na manfo no age wa ahoro Brazil na wo kobi na nya Ibrahim ina ne company J sika free merchant bank no ntia ma merchant bank gu ye be ye UMB enya Ibrahim company na man for refi na kanya asem ne yenka Ibrahim ama say sa company ni ade ne company na je o mato black voter ne be nyasa na e carry yourself $100 million from 2022 when yesika no ama manfo no a time ya dey ato forcing ekoda board so wo ECOWAS eye e be bank of investment ya dey call ya no nya $100 million na ya den na se bisa ukopa busia o bank ya kobi Ibrahim ama Oscar and so $100 million loan no from 2022 no nensa nka on his own merit so say the brother be a president so say ato forcing be yi afa musi me meka de me ne hweka why me ne hweka Ibrahim ayi aluminium no jini nyina what
Ibra collect
Ibra obi anu atoka ba kwa cha Zuma Nelson wonya atocha Zuma Nelson no general wonya atocha Zuma Nelson manfo no be bom nsam hwia na obeji $5 billion a year na oyi mu nketenkete chele gonfo eche obi ani eche ho ahwanya na mani agye na madwene ti sei ni
Ibra collect
Ibrahim ama Oscar Oscar na Ibrahim Oscar no Oscar 300 million or so loan or koje the company koje ni Universal Merchant Bank then I didn't see me ya na Bromi market for ne so say businessman bia no ori ne botum ska into okoji loan na loan no ka ba koje a ye hwe investment ni a hwe sika wo ni a de bia to so ma say ni loan na Ibrahim ama wo sika ye so more than 700 million in asset no wo pay loan $100 million no yes and brother ba ben mu ansa na nsent mi aka chauffeur yes Ibrahim ama wo private jet ko fi na private jet ne boy say yet yana na mo an yeso akotobi say no on toy na private jet ne kura autobia e boy $3 million ne ya teton kakran ntu betwi ti manfo no hunu Ibrahim mi we kan o fa ni nyina
Ibra collect
we are yin kakra mo why social media for mo kakra
na encounter free journalist for no I bet now pay as you go for
it's more than the sign and network. So when you said they should come back what were you expecting nyana hini box site no afa no mo shisha ba fa no we dey go no mo je say na no da mind the omaje ana black vote omaje Ibrahim and stop you ho genuine na joma ma say fa joma ma yi no to so o say it is time that Ghanaians will own the gold na wontumi no ya contamine no fra Azerbaijan joma ma wontumi o fra Azerbaijan ana we kutonu ni Mon kanokore. Your mama kanokore na munyina nso mudi nsemmurachi. Na afa yenko tie asem a your mama kan. Your mama say, Akufo-Addo ka say he's too old to be corrupt. Because no him say ni nuanom be wia amana. Dani yenje your mama on that. Na afa ye tie wia. Na be busa say your mama. One na wia ma wo. Your mama say, Akufo-Addo say he is too old to be corrupt. Precisely. Because he knows that his brothers will steal for him. Exactly. John Akaye. Nyamana meka. Na fe yebusa your mama so say why na ewiama wo. Say no na so bi enua be wiama. Now this time around why na ewiama wo. Ask him.
Question.
Ask him.
I said na hane wo.
Yohane no.
Your Excellency, respectfully, Mameka se minchiro. Abana ye de ball techi no. What ye de kan dia ball baako. Ana wakwa aba. Ana wo nsua ahwe. Na wo ye de wo ye na. Ne bedru na mpuruka awe aba no. Ti wo ye de grader ana be fa so.
Exactly.
Chi na maka wo no. Danny, video na ede tutu so last one page ni so no. Search for the one na your mama ka say Akufo-Addo say ni nuanom na be wiama no. Ni amusa your mama say wono no ho na wiama no. Mon kana kore.
Question of the day.
Hwe page yi so.
Danny hwe page ni so the video is there.
Eda ho.
Na fe yentie. Na message your mama yi, me kan se ma kire on ne. Me ne hwe kan.
Tabi o.
Opa wiamanfo no a. Fari nyina ma Oba Sharaf. Fari nyina ma Ibrahim ama. Na nipa mienu na de wa mamu ne bekwa wiye. Oba Sharaf and Onua Ibrahim. The people are sleeping so they can't see. But when finally they get awakened, the same way Agabi Ochedako, Bomti, and no Momaka, Emma Akufo-Addo mamu ni ye said ye. Sana wonsu nuanom mamu na ye.